Missing! One of Purrgil Company's targets has vanished. Was he tipped off about his impending doom, or does he have other interested captors? And what other curious complications await our assassins?
You guys have 3 light side, 1 dark side destiny tokens to work with, but donate for destiny continues to make things interesting. And you guys actually have 1 more light side token tonight, thanks to Lily. So she donated $4 to add a light side token to your mission tonight. So you guys have all sorts of light side points to work with.
Thank you. I thought for sure the way you were saying that it was not going to be light side, to be honest with you.
I really wanted to flip everything dark side, but that's not the donations we got this time around. So on the northwest corner, most easily viewed by the office building, the target is visible. Again, your mission is for simultaneous shots, and you have 1 missing target, and that's the one from the 20th floor.
Okay.
The west-facing window for the construction site.
All right, so Zach presses the comm button and says, all right, team, target Alpha is visible on the northwest corner of the building. Target Alpha is a go. Target Beta, 20th floor, no target. Repeat, no target. But there is signs of a struggle. Not sure where target Beta is.
Do Zach and Scion functionally have the same view right now, just from slightly different vantage points?
So the disadvantage of the buildings as they go is they got shorter because the condo raises above the rest, for that symbol of status. Scion has probably a good 10 floors on the apartment complex. So you have a raised vantage point, but it is kind of in front of you. You're raised up behind him a couple blocks away.
And so when I'm looking through my binoculars into the condo, I don't see any movement either, or...
Well, let's roll the perception. Let's see. 2
success, 2 threats. So if they're in there, then I would say that would be the success, maybe.
What you see looking through from your vantage point is you have a bit more even look at the level. You're not quite on the same level, but you can see a lot more of the apartment's furniture as opposed to the ceiling that Zach's looking at. And so you can see that the struggle isn't just the lamp and the curtain, but that a good chunk of the apartment has been knocked into disarray. And you're able to make out that, there's the living quarters and then the sleeping quarters all along the same window to it. It's all got the same kind of view out to it. And further back behind the bed is the fresher. And there's a light shining from a cracked fresher door. You can make out there's 2 people, but not who they are from there. So there's 2 people in the fresher in that room. What the threats have equated out for you actually is that there's definitely no shot for you from any of those folks. There's nothing to be done necessarily long distance about what's going on in there other than wait or send somebody in.
Oh, I see. It looks like Zach's looking a little too comfortable right now.
Oh, there may be a complication. It seems one of our targets may have a guest. Of course, the struggle, well, perhaps they're up to no good, or perhaps they're up to some rough and tumble fun.
So before you guys have gone, but we haven't heard from Voltrix. What's the setup like?
Currently, he has his rifle out, and he is looking through the scope. And if I remember correctly, he was looking at his target on the 25th floor and was talking with them about when to take the shot. And he is just waiting for the word to go, working on controlling his breathing and preparing to take the shot.
So let's roll another perception. You've got an average check ahead of you. I think it was setback that we were adding for the neon glare of the building.
Okay.
Of the signage around.
That is a failure with 2 advantages.
Oh, right. So I think with a failure, you've actually lost your target behind a pillar for a moment. He was walking around. He was looking through the window and all of that, which is when you had the best shot, but obviously it wasn't time to take it. And so you are kind of observing him while he's moving around the apartment. And he's, for the advantages, even though he's walked behind something at the moment, you've gotten some more detail of kind of what's going on there. And you see a light in the hallway spill into the apartment as he opens the door, and he lets in a couple of guests who you notice have like a case of beer and some cards and chips in hand, so that you can see that he's getting ready to start poker night, basically. But at present, they keep blocking your target, so that's what that failure is to it. Kind of zooming over from there to Scion, as you're waiting to confirm that your target's in the apartment, I think you overhear a couple of voices actually in the construction site. I say, if he's not back in 10 minutes, we just leave him here. I don't like this place. It's very creepy. Well, the boss said to wait. He said he was going to bring him here, and then we would deal with it, and then we could go home. And that's all I'm waiting for. So you hear this little bit of an argument between two people kind of echoing around the construction site.
How far below me how far below me are they?
You can definitely tell that they're below you, but you could also roll a perception check to perceive more of what's going on. I think it's the same challenge, actually, an average with a setback to it, because they're not hiding per se, but there's some reverberations from the Durcrete.
Sounds good. All right, here we go. Ooh, goodness. 3 failures. So I have no idea.
Yeah, so it's kind of their voices kind of echo
right
all around you. There isn't a specific direction. You did make it to the top floor, and you were laying between some pallets, so you're not easily discoverable or anything along those lines, but you're not sure where the voices are coming from.
So I think he's just going to lay low and bide his time. So he tries to kind of get a sense of how close these others are to him, and he's just gonna sort of trust his hunter's instincts, and like he knows when to just stay still and quiet. That's what he's gonna do.
Nice.
Voltrex will come over to Zach. If there is no shot, we either need to get the two unentwined or get them out of the building. I'll leave it up to you. Either deliver a pizza or pull the fire alarm. You choose.
2 of the classics. Agreed. Remember, boys, we have a simultaneous shot we have to achieve tonight.
I'm ready.
Yes, of course.
All right. Feeling a little too comfortable on this rooftop. Leave it to me, boys. Don't worry. I'll figure it out.
The camera flies from the top of the construction zone down to the alleyways that Zach's in as he tries to make his way to get eyes on the target.
So Zach is he's a little small, but he's built, like I said before, so he is an exceptional climber. So instead of taking the normal way down, he finds a quick way to scale the side of the wall, jumping from windowsill to maybe, fire escape, but doing it quickly, kind of climbing down. And then he doesn't crouch. He just kind of, he's a master of staying in the shadows. So he walks like he's supposed to be there. He's very slow and methodical, but he knows exactly where the shadows are. So you might catch a glimpse of him moving from one shadow to the other, but you would never draw your eye because he's not crouched. He's not moving quickly or looking around for people who might see him. He's very composed and acts like he's supposed to be where he is while he jumps from shadow to shadow.
Excellent. So let's get a stealth check from you as you work your way into the apartment building as you're heading towards the apartment on the 20th floor. This one's going to be a hard check.
Okay. I had 1 success and 5 advantage.
Through the shadows, you make it into the kind of condo complex and are able to make it to a turbo lift without really anybody stopping you or any security checks. But what do you want for your advantages? For a couple of those, I think that the apartment door that you're looking for as you try and orient yourself around
right.
the apartment is ajar.
Could I spin some to have the door ajar and then try to give a blue die to the next roller? Is that enough? Because how much does it take to give a blue? 2?
To be specific about it, it's 2, but just 1 in general is fine.
Nobody in the halls, the door ajar, and them both to get me to assist their next roll.
Chris and Gregory can each have a blue die on their nest check.
Okay, that's it. And I'm a Togruta, so that means they both get 2 blue when I assist them.
Oh, you played me so hard.
Did you see how I waited until you told me it was good?
Yes. Okay. So yeah, you basically give the layout, the floor plan, and orient both Voltrix and Scion to the condo with eyes on the inside as you make your way to the door that's ajar in there. And as you work your way in, you pop up on Scion's scope. So he's got eyes on you and can kind of direct you around the apartment. And towards the back is the fresher. And you can hear a little bit of a conversation going on back there as well. Get your stuff. Pana's not happy, and I don't want to keep him waiting. So we're taking you back to Coruscant tonight. There's a little bit of a scuffle and some shuffling of things.
Well done, Zach. I'm on Overwatch. See what you can find out, my friend.
Thank you. It was easier than I thought. Seems that our friend isn't alone on the 20th floor. You got any eyes on him?
Nothing yet.
What about you, Voltrex? You got your target?
Yes. He has friends.
Maybe we'll have a little more fun tonight than we thought. Scion, I'm gonna try to move closer, see if I can get you a spot, get you a line of sight for this guy. But I might need you to take out more than one person.
That I can do.
Roger.
It's Scion next who hears something as the argument continues below him. Something familiar is said. So he hears, this raid is just terrible. I want to get out of here. Like, can't we just go? But Pana wouldn't be happy if we return without the money or the target.
So then, hearing those two thugs, I think he would probably whisper, well, gentlemen, it would seem that one of our marks, at least, is a high-priced target. Perhaps we are not the only ones seeking, how shall I say, a mark. Perhaps you should be extra cautious there, Zach. I will continue to guard your back as you proceed.
Is your position compromised?
Not as of yet. I am quite well hidden, and I believe they are somewhere in the complex below me, but, well, apparently they, as well as whoever is in yonder apartment which you find yourself in, are both working for none other than Pana the Hutt.
Things just can't be easy. All right. Does that mean that you need me to wait on my target while you deal with yours? Or should I proceed as planned?
Well, perhaps if they have already eliminated our target, we might need to eliminate them to find out more. Quite frankly, I'm not sure. Just move carefully as you do.
Roger. I'm going to get more info for you. Just give me a second.
And let's get a vigilance check from Voltrix next, actually. Average.
Okay. Well, I have a total of 1 advantage. No successes.
So, as you're laying on this desk in this office building, you've zoned in, you're zeroed in on your target. You're watching the poker game start to unfold, and you don't quite still have a good line of sight for your target. You can kind of tell where he is in the room, but you don't have a shot just yet. And as you're locked in on the scope, there comes a little rap on the desk, and someone's standing behind you. What you doing?
Who are you?
It's a young boy standing behind you. My dad lets me hang out at work with him sometimes. He's a security guard here. He didn't say anybody else would be around. What you playing?
Voltrix just turns and looks at him. Have you ever played Spot the Bad Guy?
Yeah, I play with my dad all the time.
Good. That's what I'm doing. Want to play?
Can I?
Yeah. Do you have some macro binoculars?
No, I broke my dad's last time, so I'm not allowed to play with those anymore.
Okay, well here, borrow mine.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's great.
Look over in that construction building. There's some bad guys down in the lower area. Find them for me.
Okay. Do you want him to roll to find the bad guys?
Sure. Voltrix has a target. He's going to keep locked on his target until he's told to shoot something else.
Zach's getting replaced by this kid.
I have you a new apprentice, Zach.
That's right.
Okay. We'll put some dice together here. I'm going to say this is a kid, so I'm just going to give him 2 green for this. But if you want, he can spend those 2 blue dice from the assistants earlier, or you can keep those and pocket those, Chris. That's your choice.
We'll let the kid do it. I think it's actually more important to find these bad guys.
All right. So for full disclosure, he's got 2 purple and a black, same perceptions to check. He's got 2 green and 2 blue.
He's as good as I am.
Me too.
Yeah. So he's played the game before, so
Apparently.
So the kid pops up on kind of the stack of furniture that you made next to the desk, and he puts up the binoculars to his eyes and he looks through it. And after a minute or two, he's like, yeah, I see him. There's a tall one, really tall, and then a really short one. They're on like the 3rd floor, I think. They're just talking to each other. What makes them bad guys?
They work for one of the huts. Do you know what a hut is?
Hut is a type of tree?
No. They're kind of a big worm-looking thing. They're the 2nd worst thing in the galaxy.
Oh. He's just staring at you bright-eyed now for other things for a kid to say.
Voltrix just says, Cyan, did you hear that?
Copy, friend. Thank you for the reconnaissance information.
You have radios?
Yes, we do. Cyan, can you put your scope on my target? I'm going to check these people below you.
Well, that would leave our friend Zach in the lurch if he gets in trouble. Zach, be careful for just a moment. All right, I have eyes on the poker game.
Thank you. And then Voltrix will move his scope down to where the kid's telling him these people are. And he's going to see if that's where the other target is.
Through your scope, you see a large Trandoshan and a Kushiban having a conversation. From the arguments that you've kind of heard before, you pick up just the 2 of them, and they're waiting for the arrival of the target. There isn't anything else with them. They've got a crate that's open next to them that's roughly human-sized. If you were going to be smuggling somebody off planet, I think that would be a way to go about it. That's what I'll give you for free. If you want to roll a perception check.
That's pretty good. All
right. Is it still the 2 and 1 setback?
Yeah, so it's 2 and a setback for the dart.
If it's just dark, the multi-optic sight gets rid of up to 2 black dice for darkness and other stuff. So I'll use that.
Yeah, that would work for it.
Well, that's nice. 2 successes, 1 threat, and 1 triumph.
I would remind you, Voltrix, that these fellows down below said they were waiting for the delivery of the target or body or whatever. Perhaps those 2 up in yonder apartment complex have not left with the body yet.
Roger.
Well, I want to know what the triumph is before we get far away from that.
It's a good question. Do they have could they have a data pad on them that has a picture of their target on it so I could see if
Absolutely.
Okay. Is it who we're looking for?
It is. So they are after the same Imperial officer. And on the data pad that you get the zoom and enhance kind of from your multi-optic sight, right, as you're looking at it. And you can kind of make out some of the details on the pad. And basically you can see that they're collecting on a gambling debt from Pana's fine establishment on Coruscant. And so the words alive and return are kind of what you pick out. And so their efforts are obviously to get your target off planet, but not to kill him.
Okay. They are definitely waiting for your target. Is he still in the apartment or has he left?
Zach, that would be your department at the moment.
No one's left this room as far as I can tell. I'm in the living room. No one's passed me. They're all in the fresher.
This might present us with an opportune chance here in a short few moments. Perhaps, Zach, you should get yourself out of sight and we wait and see what the 2, or, well, hopefully it's only 2 that are in that apartment do. Perhaps they will take our target with them, at which time we will have a clear shot.
I've only heard 2 people, and what I know is that I have 2 sharpshooters looking at my position. We should wait until they bring our target out, and then we should simultaneously kill both of them, and then decide what we do with the one below us at the moment. All I know is that the target that we've been sent, one of the 2 targets we've been sent, is currently potentially unconscious, being sought by 2 others. And I have 2 people in the apartment that I'm in. I can try to pull them out, and we could try a simultaneous shot to deal with the inconvenience in the apartment that I'm in, and then choose what we do beyond that. What do you think of that?
We need to confirm he's there.
Agreed. It's easy to confirm when both the targets are deceased, if you know what I mean.
One of the things that you guys would know, being on a relatively industrial planet, not a backwater rim world, but this is more core world, is that there are likely to be sensors inside the compound. And so that was why, I don't think I ever explained it, but that was why I was saying that you guys were working on a simultaneous shot for your 2 targets. Because once the perimeter's breached by sniper fire, the condominiums will go into lockdown. So taking one target instead of the other will increase the chances that you miss an opportunity. Not guaranteed. You guys are good shots, but that was the reasoning for trying to make it difficult, where you've got 2 shots to make it once.
Okay.
So
we can't kill the 2 thugs first, then kill the 2 targets.
I think I need to get eyes on, what's going on in this fresher. I think that you, Voltrix and Scions, need to know what's going on, and then we can make a plan from there. What do you guys think?
Yep, I agree.
Okay.
Totally sounds reasonable.
Boys, just give me a minute. I'm going to get you more information. At this point, we need to know what's going on. We only have 1 shot at this, so the fact that I can't see in there is a problem. Just give me 1 minute. I'm going to sneak up.
Voltrix, why don't you get back on your target, and I will, again, be on Overwatch for our friend.
Roger. As he's doing that, Voltrix will look at the kid. Watch those bad guys down there. Let me know if they go anywhere.
You got it, mister.
Thanks for joining us in the Dicey Cantina. Enjoying the show? Consider giving us a 5-star review on your favorite podcatcher, and reach out on Twitter at Dicey Cantina, shoot an email to diceycantina@gmail.com, or record us a message over on our page at anchor.fm. We'd love to hear from you. Your support truly helps the show grow, and for a preview of another exciting podcast, stay tuned after the credits. We want to say thanks to Chris and Gregory for joining Purrgil Company. You can hear Chris GM the Redemption podcast on their 6th season starting this fall, and Gregory can be found on YouTube at 1in20 D&D or with Second Sunrise on the Tabletop Galaxy crew. Also, did you know that Donate for Destiny is nearing the halfway mark of its $500 goal? Influence our Destiny pool and that of other great podcasts like Coruscant Nights, Starbirds, Flight Risk, and New Republic Radio with your donation to the Child's Play charity. Child's Play provides toys and video game consoles to kids in hospitals and domestic violence shelters to help make their stay more comfortable. For every $4 you donate, you can add a light side token to our game pool, or for $10, you can make the Destiny pool all light or dark on any of the participating podcasts. Visit diceycantina.com/destiny for this fun way you can make a difference. Listen up for the following special preview, but in the meantime, that's all for now. So pull up a stool, and we'll see you here next week in the Dicey Cantina.
A long time ago, in a galaxy far away, a group of outcasts found each other in the Outer Rim. A failed Jedi.
Well, we don't have to run out right now and beat people up. We can take a half hour for you.
A captain without a ship.
I suggest you let your Deveronian friend do the talking and you continue to stare at your stump.
And a medic with a mysterious past.
Alright, ladies and gentlemen, I might have been half wrong. We might die.
Together, they hope to find adventure and a little bit of redemption.
Oh, that's sweet. They want us Tinker Buddies.
The Redemption Podcast is a long-running actual play podcast set around the time of the Clone Wars, played using the StarWarsRPG system by Fantasy Flight Games and Lucas Books. Check out the show at www.redemptionpodcast.com, a proud member of the Don't Split the Podcast network of shows.